actually want to show you guys how I grew my small Forex account using this simple strategy, simple concepts, approach, and tips that I think is really going to help you. And I really want to be genuine here. I know you guys see a lot of videos and stuff, and no one, that's my biggest problem. There's not enough people actually there helping. They're just kind of like making money off of you and stuff. But let's get right into it. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna actually just adjust my camera, and if you guys want to just skip it, that's fine. Actually, no, you're good. All right. So the first thing I want to give to you guys is I know we're on the news, but I actually want to talk about setting alerts. So first, we're going to talk about your iPhone or your Android. So when you're trading, and you have if you're a smart money trader, ICT trader, supply and demand trader, inner circle anything you do, or just a regular Forex trader, it is very important to understand what your Forex session is and understand and set alerts on when the session's happening. So London session is 3 a.m. to 5 p.m. right? I'm sorry, no, it's 3 a.m. to 11:30 to 12 p.m. a.m. to p.m. And Asian session is from 5 p.m. all the way until 3 a.m. in the morning, and New York session is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. right? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. When we're trading New York, when you want to trade your session, you need to choose a session that's based off of a good your own lifestyle. So if you work and you're trading at the same time, you need to actually make sure that you set your you trade either the evening session, or that you trade either the New York session. So if you work in the evening and you work late, then the ideal session would be roughly Asian to London session, because you're probably getting home around 10, 11, or 9, and the Asian session is still open, and the London session's open all night. So if you're up at midnight, or if you want to sleep, that's fine too. So I would recommend either trading the London or Asian session if you have to work a lot late. And if you have to work in the afternoon, then the best session I would recommend for you guys to trade is the New York session or the London session, because London overlaps New York, because the London ends at 11 p.m. Or 12, and New York starts at 8. So the London and New York session by far are like the most profitable ones that have been for me. So for you, I recommend you guys can do that, or you can find something that works for you. But I recommend writing down those sessions I just said, and I also recommend that you guys just put those alerts. So for example, if you want to trade the Euro session, London session, you want to set a alarm on your phone for 3 a.m. that wakes you up at 3 a.m. and put on the description 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. London session. Okay, and so when you find a session that you want to trade, you want to correlate that with the pairs that you want to trade. So if you're trading London session, you're probably going to want to look for Euro pairs, Euro JPY, GBP JPY, Euro USD, pairs like that. And if you're trading the New York session, you're going to want to trade maybe like US dollar, United States dollar, Canada, and just things like that. Also, in London session, Swiss franc you can trade too. But you're trading pairs. The amount of trading pairs you should have in your watch list. I typically add all the Forex pairs on my watch list, but the ones I actually use for the week I pick out separately. So I'll add every single Forex pair that exists in the watch list, and then when I do that, I'll pick out 7 to 8 pairs for the week on Sunday or Monday with clean market structure. And what that means is pick out 7 to 8 pairs that clearly show a clean, clear trend. And once you have that clean, clear trend from all 7, 8 pairs, that enables you to find your setups way, way easier, because market structure is essential and one of my first steps to actually finding setups for me to trade. So the first thing that helps me, because I'm an SMC trader, I don't know what you guys do, but I trade smart money. I trade with the banks and institutions, because the banks and institutions are the ones that actually, and the macro and microeconomics you see on the news, that's what actually moves the market. So when you trade your other indicators and stuff, that works too. But the movement that you're trading off of, you probably don't even know why it moved dramatically like that. You just know it bounced off this. You don't actually know the fundamental reason. And you don't need to be too in depth into it. That's fine because there's plenty of profitable traders that don't know it. But just some degree on the news helps. So you don't need to know like the specific events, but you do need to know on a basic level what volatility is and high impact and medium impact news. So volatility simply means that the market is active. It's like when you're playing PS5 or Xbox, everyone's active, right? And so you want to get online when everyone's active so you can make the most money and play the game. So this site right now, Forex Factory or whatever site, helps you determine whether you need to play, when you need to be online so you can make money. So so today is Tuesday, and I only have mine set to the high impact and medium news because I'm a smart money trader and I need the market to move dramatically and I need volatility so I can make money. Because if the market doesn't move and moves like this in consolidation, I barely make any money because that's the type of way I trade. So my news events, I actually trade based off the news. I don't avoid it like most traders do. So for example, Euro and odd are the red ones. So those are the highest impactful pairs that are moving and the ones I need to be online for. So the two things I'm going to do knowing this info are go on my trading trading view and pick out, if you don't already have it, 7 to 8 pairs that have the currencies you need for the week, for the whole week. So here's what we're gonna do. So today is Thursday, Thanksgiving, and before Thursday we have a whole week. It tells you the whole week's worth of news. So on Monday or Sunday you need to go and you need to just take what I just told you and look at the whole week's worth of news and choose your 7 to 8 Forex pairs based off of that. Okay? And the reason I choose 7 to 8 is because it will give you analysis paralysis. If you go like 20 pairs and stuff, it'll just be too much because you want to find your setup and get out and make money. And so what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to, like I said, 7 to 8 pairs based off this website you're looking at, off of those red and orange icons under my face. You're gonna have to choose the pairs based off of this because this is what's actually moving. This is telling you what pairs and what currencies are actually moving. Because if you're an opposite trader and you don't trade smart money, you trade indicators and stuff, that's fine. Like I said, it's fine. But what's going to happen is there's going to be times when you're going to go off your indicator and it's going to be like a high impactful news day, and then you're going to be confused because then it's going to go the complete opposite direction. So that's why knowing this is important, because this essentially creates supply and demand. And if you notice, a lot of the times the Forex news, a lot of the Forex events are birthed from macro and microeconomics, such as unemployment rates, interest rates, political things, and it's all about people. And a lot of it's from banks and institutions, since they're the ones making the decisions and all that stuff, right? So in the Forex market, there's no secrets. The banks and institutions control the market, and they're the reason why the markets move and the economic events. And I'm not saying any other strategy is inferior. I'm just saying this is the reality. There's no secret, okay? And also, you have to understand that news sometimes is an excuse to move the market. So I know you guys are going to call me conspiracy theorist, but I don't care at all. So basically, there's different people in the world that maybe, let's say, they need a cover up for something that happened, and what they'll do is they can just hire people to create an article about something, and you won't even know if it's real or not. It'll seem real to you because it's on that site, but you never know if it's actually what's happening. And so let's look at news as an excuse to move the markets, because a lot of times, yeah. So now that we got that covered, so the pairs I chose for this week were US dollar pairs that had the US dollar currency, pairs that had the all currency, pairs that had the GBP currency. And the reason why I did that is so I can choose, what's it called, the right pairs and find the setup. So now that I know what I'm expecting, I want to actually show you guys and get on the charts. So yeah, TradingView Pro, if you don't have TradingView Pro already, you guys really need to have TradingView Pro, because if you don't have it, I mean, you don't need it, but I think you do if you're a smart money trader. Here's why. If you trade all these pairs and you have a couple of setups going, setting alerts are what's going to help you, because if you're not there and you don't understand something, you can miss the trade. So TradingView Pro allows you to set more than one alert. And also, not only that, it allows you to add multiple things on your watch list. It also allows you to have access to time frames average Forex traders don't have. So if you want to trade on the time frame like the 25-minute or the 16-minute instead of the 15-minute and like 17-minute, those time frames will show you potential information, since our priority and our skill is on the charts, right? So those time frames will show you more information that will help you become more profitable by showing you more setups. All right. So yeah, so when you're finding a setup after you find the news, like I just said, and you find your 7 to 8 pairs for the week, you are now going to look for market structure. Okay, so like right here, I'm actually going to just go ahead and show you this. This is Euro JPY. I chose Euro JPY on my 7-8 pairs list, and the reason it says Savannah's pairs 7-8 is because Savannah is the name of my mentor that taught me. And so to remember her, and then just to, like, you know, I always put her name, Savannah's pairs, 7 to 8 pairs, because she's the one that actually told me, my mentor, to trade 7 to 8 pairs. And yeah, so I just do that to honor her and respect my mentor. And so yeah, the market structure we have here is the 1 hour structure, right? Okay, so the good time frames to find market structure are the 30-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. And what you're going to do is on the 1 hour, like we're on now on Euro JPY, we're going to zoom all the way out, okay? And as you noticed, now that we're zoomed all the way out, what do you guys actually see here? We see that market kind of looks bearish, right? Because it's going straight down. As you can see right here, where you guys can see the gray arrow, all this market is bearish, right? And this is zoomed out. And the reason why I say zoom all the way out is because when you zoom all the way out, you can actually find significant pieces of market structure, or you can find a significant trend if you find your structure with trend lines. So if you're a trend line trader, zooming out enables you to actually see the whole significant trend, because if you were zoomed in like this, you would only like find this part, right? So if you're a smart money trader and you're trying to do market structure, break a structure, and find your fair value gaps, imbalance gaps, FVG gaps, all that stuff, then what you're going to need to do, like I said, is zoom out, because zooming out tells you the significant pieces of structure. And when you go on the 5-minute Forex, on the Forex charts, there's structure within structure within structure. And so what that means is there's structure right here on the 5-minute, and then if I go to the 1 minute, there's structure within structure. So that's why higher time frames are important, to tell you the structure that's the most, you know. So this structure is on the 1 hour that we drew, but now we're just zoomed into the 5-minute. And if we go to the 1 minute, we'll actually see that the market looks like it's going up. And this is why time frames and market structure is important, because you need the right trend to make the right money. So the trend is down, the trend is bearish, and I'm looking to sell to make money. But here's the thing. I actually marked up on the daily time frame. This. You know why? Because if we zoom all the way out on the daily time frame, the market's bullish. And not only that, if we zoom in on the daily time frame, what do we have? A gap and also an order block. We see this demand zone, and where I mean is right here. So look at that gray arrow right there where my face, under my face. You see that gray arrow? That gray arrow, this is an order block right here. We have a candle here, and we have a blue candle, which is our bullish candle, engulfing that candle. And the order blocks typically get filled 50% of it. So that means the middle of it, which I marked with this gray box here. And so you always want to label your zones too. So if you find a gap or something that confluences your trading when you're doing analysis, you see how I have that 1D on that where the arrow is pointing to on that gray box. These represent the time frames that for my different zones, so I don't have analysis paralysis. So if I'm on like the 15-minute time frame and I see that big giant ass box, I can say, oh, that box is on the daily time frame, because I can see it when I go right there, right? So sorry guys. Yeah. Sorry guys, I just had a text here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead, and you see that zone right there that I have marked up on the chart. The reason I had this, and I'm expecting a potential reversal. Okay, so by reversal I mean so like I said before, on the 1 hour the trend is bearish, but you can see that gray box there. That is a higher time frame demand zone slash fair value gap, a demand zone. And so I'm actually waiting for a reaction off of this box. So I'm actually not selling yet, because number one, here's two reasons I'm not selling. The first reason is because of the reason I just told you, we're at the box. And number two is we're at the bottom of the range. And what do I mean by range? So your current range is your current trading range. Your current trading range is your current high and low that you marked out to find the trend in the first place, whether you're using a trend line, market structure. And so right now, You see those white lines on my screen right now? The ones in the middle that are marking up structure. And if you guys are still dumb, I'll draw it with an arrow. You see the arrow that I'm pointing to? Those white lines? Okay. Those lines that are horizontal, they represent highs and lows. And so if you look at our current high and low, where's our current high and low, guys? Where's our current high and low? Our current high and low is right here. The low is here, and then the high is right there. So if right now, where are we currently? Well, where's the current price action live? The current price action live is at the low right here, right? Because it's moving. And so if it's at the low and I want to sell, why would I sell there? Because to sell, you always want to sell high and buy low. Like when you're buying a dip, you want to buy low and invest early, and that's what we're doing essentially for here. So it's the same concept with selling. We're selling late at this case because the market's already down. We need the market to pull back and come back up to this gap right there, which is on the 1 hour. That's a 1 hour gap, and the gap is the space between those candles that the wicks did not touch. And so, and gaps get left behind in the market by volatility. So when there's news in the market, news actually helps you find fair value gaps and stuff like that, imbalance gaps, and supply and demand zones, because the demand and supply come from volatility, which is needed for the news. So that's literally the answer. And so, since we're selling, I want to sell. You always want to sell in the market towards the top, right? Towards the premium, expensive price. So if we look on the left sides right here, I'm moving my face. If we look on the the right side, and you see that gray arrow, I'm going to now point it to this all these coordinates, which are the numbers, right? So if we notice the bottom of the range, the numbers are lower, and the top of the range right here, the numbers are higher, right? So we have like 162 as we get higher towards that top piece of market structure, and towards the bottom we have 159, 160. And so if I'm selling this out of this price range, pretend this is a price range, and you're selling something. To make more money, I would rather sell it, instead of selling it for 160 or 161, I would rather sell it at 162 or 161.800 versus 161 So that's 800 more pips. So that's micro pips. Yeah. So you want to sell high and you want to buy low. And so if you're at a low, you want to actually be patient, because Forex is about patience as well. And you want to see this. You want to actually wait for a price to come up like this. And sometimes you can trade your way all the way back up to that gap. You can trade your way there. So what I mean by is, if you go to the smaller time frame, you might find a demand zone that you can trade on the way up to that. And yeah. But yeah, guys, I just hope you guys got a bunch of value. I don't want to give you guys too much stuff because I want you to learn properly. Just learn 1 to 3 things a day and then stop. Don't keep going because you're just gonna forget about it. So everything I said, that's the most simple stuff. Remember that, even if it's simple, and we're gonna go from there. So now you have that knowledge and you remember it. And so market structure is your key to finding trades. The keys to finding your trades and growing your small account, I want you to write this down. Your trend, the ability to find the trend and know and have that bias of direction. So your market structure / your trend bias. Number 2 is the your news. So the news is what creates the volatility for our supply and demand, right? And number 3 is the actual alerts. So alerts, I mean by setting alerts on your iPhone or Android for your Forex session, like when you show up to work, or setting alerts on the chart at a specific price level so you won't lose the trade. Those 3 tips will help you become profitable, and I mean that. And if you guys want more information, you guys want to connect with me, I don't have a course. I don't have an expensive I don't have a course, and the reason is because if I sold you guys a course, you would watch it and maybe you would learn something, but as the markets are updating, as I'm updating, you guys want more than that. You guys need to have access to a community with other like-minded students and traders that are doing the same thing as us, because we're all in this together. We need to be around like-minded people. I don't want people to just feel isolated and have to learn this and they don't have access to me. So I have a free community. Okay, I have a free community, and I do have some paid offers. I have an ebook which shows visual examples of my strategy step by step that's more in-depth than this video. And I also have a one-on-one coaching. I don't do course, I do one-on-one, because I want you to get on the call with me one-on-one, and I want to see where you're at in your trading journey, and I want you to tell me what your actual goal is here. Like, what are you trying to achieve in trading? What strategy do you use? Where have you gone wrong? I don't want to like coach people that don't need, but yeah. So just let me know, guys. You don't need to get my coaching if you already have a strategy, and you don't need, if you're experienced, I don't think you really need all my coaching. If you can just go on my free trading group chat, there's plenty of resources there. There's people there. I have tons of videos, and I also have that ebook, like I said. So yeah, guys, let me know. And I don't charge expensive for coaching. I'm not a $900 guy. I don't do 500, 400, 300, 200. I don't do all that bullshit. I'm really realistic. So like most of you guys can't afford to pay $1,000 because you're here to make money, right? So why would I charge you $1,000? And I understand people have a certain criteria. Like I can charge other rich people $1,000, but I don't want to do that. I want to actually help you. Okay, so that's the difference between me and other people. But yeah, if you guys like this video, again, my SMC ebook is in the description, or if you're watching this on Instagram, you can get my ebook, or you can join my free community. It's all in there. It's right here on the screen. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.